Hey folks, and welcome to another budget GPU video. Today we're going to be taking a quick look at what is quite possibly the lowest spec GPU that I've ever featured on this channel. It's Nvidia's GTS 450. Now this GPU was bought for £15, which works out about $18, and while it's destined for a budget PC that I've got building at the moment, I thought it would be rude to not check out how it performs in my gaming rig. Now I've tested other low budget cards in the past. The HD 5850 for example, it cost me less than £20 and it performed admirably. But how would something that was considered even 6.5 years ago to be the budget option actually perform today? So this GPU, it was released in 2010 and it occupied the same sort of spot that the GTX 1050 and RX 460 occupy today. Being a title that's a few years old now, but one that can still give the lower spec systems a bit of a kicking, I figured Crysis 3 seemed like the perfect title to give the GTS 450 a test drive on. Like the HD 5850, the highest settings were obviously a no-go area, but by bumping the resolution down from 1920 by 1080 to a more £15 friendly 1600 by 900, this was the first concession that we made during the testing, and not a huge one at that either. We kept FXAA on and 16 times anisotropic filtering, and this combination of settings helped keep things looking good while keeping the frame rates playable. Setting the details presets to medium rather than the usual high also helped matters, and even at these settings, Crysis 3, it's a game that demands to be looked at, and it's actually genuinely impressive how good it still looks even when you turn down the graphical settings. During a playthrough of the first and second chapters, which features a lot of indoors and outdoor sections respectively, the GTS returned a decent result. 34 FPS on average, with only a few dips below that 30 FPS threshold. In less active areas or in corridors, the card returned just over 60 FPS as a maximum value. Now it should be noted that I've recorded this jungle footage using the GTS 450 and kept on the recording statistics, so if you plan on playing and recording with this card at say 900p, your frame rates are going to drop below what I've quoted. So what are the lasting impressions for the GTS 450? Well, compared to other cards I've tested, its performance is certainly lower, but at £15 for a GPU that offers, let's face it, console levels of performance, 900p medium detail settings with a few fancy post-processing effects thrown in, it does still have a lot going for it. If you're someone that just needs a card to get by for a while, or if you've got an old desktop that's just lying there with a spare 6-pin power connector on its PSU, it could turn a mundane computer into a fairly capable light gaming machine. And while we should note that being a legacy card, there may be a few issues down the line with drivers, at £15 it's a bit of a steal. Well folks, thanks again for joining me on this quick look at what has turned out to be a fairly surprising little card. Remember to leave a comment down below, tell me what you think of the old GPU, and use those thumbs to tell me what you thought of the video. You'll be seeing a lot more of this GTS 450 very soon, as it's going head to head with another YouTuber on an ultra budget build. So hit that subscribe button if you've not done so already, and thanks for watching again, and I hope to see you all next time.